Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 50. We've reached the big one. 5-0. Can you believe it, fellas?
Wow.
I cannot.
Can't.
We've been doing this for over a year now, which is amazing.
I haven't.
Well, you've been doing this sort of over a year, but not just with us.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So we have a very special guest tonight.
Special doesn't mean what it used to. I hope you know
there are different meanings you can take from that.
We'll let you, the listener, decide what special we mean. But he's one of us. He's a geek like us. He likes a lot of the same things we do. His name is Tyler Dean McDowell, or Tyler Dean, or just Tyler, whatever you want to call him. He's got a special friend on his shoulder. I'm still sick, so I'm gonna be coughing.
Yeah, I just wanted some shock factors. So I don't know if this is going to be on YouTube or Facebook or anything. So if you guys want to find the video somewhere, you can go and see that I wanted to make these guys laugh. I have a pet banshee that I got on Pandora. It was a long trip. It took me like 4.4 million light years or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. But I got a friend. So
does he have a name?
That's what's important.
Yeah, Gerald.
Gerald.
It's quite exotic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerald on Pandora is like Joe on Earth.
It looks like a Gerald. Yeah.
All right, Gerald, you're gonna go night night.
Yeah,
so
when
Daddy
I was there, when I was in Pandora, they were all sold out. They didn't have any at all.
Yeah, they were sold out supposedly when I was there, and a cast member looked at me and she said, "Look, I can't tell you to come back in the morning. You should come back in the morning."
Did you give her the smolder? Is that what happened?
No. I think she was just a nice lady. You know, she saw my puppy dog face, and she saw. I was like, I came all the way from Nashville. Come on, give me a break.
Nice.
So we're all Tennesseans here. Chris and I live in Texas now. So
yeah, still southern.
But yeah, we're all from Tennessee. We're from Johnson City. Katrin's from. You grew up in Maryville, but then now you live in Memphis.
Now I live in Memphis.
Yeah.
Lived in Nashville for a year.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were from Tennessee. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, we travel. But the funny thing is, Chris and I grew up in Tennessee, and then we both moved to Florida, sort of right after each other, and then we both moved to. Then he moved to California.
Yeah.
And then to Texas, and then I moved to Texas. So we're just all over the place.
Each other.
Yeah, our parents are still in Tennessee. Which my dad, he wanted me to tell you, Tyler. I'll just go ahead and I'll get this out of the way. Tyler, for those of you who don't know, is the son of country legend Ronnie McDowell.
Yeah, for those who are listening at home, I found this in the cabinet. I thought it was great. It's a tumbler with my dad's name on it. So see, I'm giving a little advertisement.
Yeah, but he wanted me to say that he really has appreciated and loved your father's music over the years. So I'll get that out of the way there. But
awesome. We'll tell him I said thank you for listening.
I will. So Tyler, you're I'm just going to go through the list here. A recording artist, a writer, right?
Yeah, that's my passion.
Yeah,
is writing.
You've done some acting.
Yeah, in the past. Yes, I have. I played a villain when I was like 9 years old. That was the best. Ooh. I got to torture my little brother with a snake. Not my real little brother. I don't have a little brother, but the one on screen, I got to torture him with a snake. So
nice.
Well, 9 is a very evil age, so that makes sense. Played a villain then.
Yeah. You have been a podcaster on another podcast that we listen to, BLT. I'll just get that out of there too. You're no longer with them. You replaced another. I'll call him a friend. I mean, we've known each other for a few years. Tim. You replaced Tim. So the T has had problems on the show, but it's okay. It's okay.
Somebody said something, I don't know, it might have been one of you guys, but somebody on Twitter was like, is the T in BLT like the Defense Against the Dark Arts position at Hogwarts? I was like, hey, you know what? I think it kind of is. But I would have loved to have stayed on. It was just much like it was with Tim. It was just difficult with my schedule and everything that's coming up. I couldn't devote. I think Logan was wanting to start eventually to do more episodes a week and things like that. And I just it's just a lot of things coming up that's keeping my time. So.
Oh, I completely understand. That's why I signed these guys to a multi-year contract, and they can't leave.
We're bound in blood. We can't get it.
I didn't sign no papers, so.
Let's see what else. You're a collector of geek. I mean, we can look behind you and see all your collection, which is amazing.
It's just happened recently. Like I spent my entire life wanting this kind of stuff. Like this guy back here, what I'm pointing at for, again, those who are just listening, it's the Golden Idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark. This was like the one thing I've wanted my entire life, and I finally obtained it. I like to joke that Dr. Jones wasn't able to obtain it, but by God, I did.
Now, did you order it offline and it came to your house, or did you go somewhere to buy it?
No, I went to an Aztec temple. What are you talking
about? Well, why I'm asking is I want to know, like, when you picked it up or when you opened the box, were you dressed as Indiana Jones? Because I would have had to do that if it was me.
You know what's really funny? My dad typically does Halloween special, like little concerts for Halloween. They're these little, small, intimate, high-price ticket deals where these fans can come and spend time with Dad, and like they dress up, and there's a costume contest and things. I am always Indiana Jones, and the show got canceled because my dad got hired somewhere else last year. My costume was laying in a chair in my office. It's still laying there, and it's literally less than 2 feet away from me. Guys, let's see. I'm going to knock stuff over here. See, here you go.
There we go.
But I did not wear it to open the box. So I probably should have.
You could put the Iron Man helmet on, put the jacket on.
I put both of the Iron Man helmet and the Star-Lord helmet. I put those on one time. And then after that, I just put them up on the shelf. I was just like, okay, I got a feel for it. Once you wear
constantly.
Oh man, dude! Once you do, you realize like all that fighting and stuff. No, you can't see anything. I mean, I know that like Tony Stark probably has like micro cameras everywhere, and it's like a full on but still. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be fighting in them. I'd just be sitting around the house.
Your wife comes home, you're just sitting there like Tony in Iron Man 3. You're just sitting on the couch in the helmet.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
But nothing else.
I did something. I just realized I've been sitting here squinting. I did something just for y'all. Oh. I took my contacts out so I could do this.
Oh, one of us.
There we go. So everybody's really going to have to try to find this video because I am wearing my glasses. Can't be on the I Am Geek show without wearing your glasses.
You got to have the glasses. Yeah. That's I'll have to put this one up on YouTube. Yeah, I have like Darth Vader and Kylo Ren and a few masks, and my son likes to sneak into my office and get them and wear them around the house.
I told my girlfriend we were talking about our futures and things like that, like what we wanted if we got together, and what we would expect from our spouse and that kind of thing, or just different things. And I was telling her that one thing that I have thought about ever since I was little was I'm going to have an office. And my kids can never live. I don't have any kids right now, but I'll never let them listen to this podcast because I'm giving it away. That is like a fake office. It's a front, right? And there's a bookcase that opens up to my real office.
There you go.
That's the dream right there.
My kids are going to be like 16 years old. They're going to be like, Dad always goes in his office, and like I swear he just went in there. And we open the door. He's not there. Like, Dad disappeared. He's gone.
Your kids have a very different accent than you have. They got it from their mother, I guess.
You never can.
But yeah, he got my Darth Vader mask the other day, and he put it on, and it has like it'll talk and stuff. It's got the whole plate, and he was walking around the house going, "You don't know the power of the dark side," and he kept repeating it and stuff. And then he sat down to eat a grilled cheese sandwich, and he was just like trying to press it into the mask. I'm like, oh gosh, no!
Oh no, no man!
Like, what have you done? But it's cute. What are you gonna do? So, with your dad, I mean, being a country star legend, you grew up in the business. I had a little taste of the business, and that was enough for me. A little taste of Nashville, and I was good with that. What was it like? Because you said you acted at 9, and you started recording at what? How old? 14?
Actually 5.
5. Oh, wow.
Oh.
So what was it like growing up in that sort of atmosphere, and how has it sort of shaped who you are? Getting deep here.
How it shaped who I am. I always say, because I was homeschooled. I was one of those kids. And I hated it at the time. But I had to be, because I was on the road constantly. And I do always say that my life made me who I am, and contrary to what I always say, I like myself. So I got to meet so many different people, all these stories on the road and things like that. That wouldn't have happened if I just went to school and stayed home, or if I had had a different life. But to me, it was just life. People would always ask me that. They're like, well, what's it like having a singer as your dad? I'm like, and literally right now, he's downstairs laying in bed watching TV. Like, it's the same. Like, it truly is the same. It's just his job's a little different. He goes and performs on stage, twice a week. And then he comes home and we watch movies. We go out to eat. Like, it's it's just, it's not all glitz and glamour, what people seem to believe, but it did allow me to see a different perspective as far as like the business side of the music industry goes. My eyes were opened at a very young age, dealt with all the politics and all that stuff, and that's something I don't think a lot of the people who come down here to be stars are equipped with.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate. I feel fortunate for that, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
it still is fun. It still is fun. I just don't like all the, the bureaucracy and all the business aspect of it. I can't stand that. I just like performing for people.
Yeah, that's when we had at one point we had a manager, and we toured around and stuff, and he took us to Nashville, and it was the Christian music industry, and man, it was a rough industry. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
You wouldn't expect that being Christian industry.
You wouldn't expect it, but it was rough. But it was cool. It was a cool experience, but I'm glad I'm where I'm at now. So that's cool. Well, so what got you? We see all the Marvel stuff, so I'm guessing you're a Marvel guy instead of a DC.
I like it all. I think that, in my formative years, like growing up, Marvel prevailed. There was Batman with Batman Begins and that kind of stuff, or those films. And I think it's a crying shame. And I think somebody at Warner Brothers knows, it's Marvel, right? They had Iron Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a success. They didn't go, hey, let's scrap that and let's start over, and do other superhero movies. No, they used Iron Man as the foundation to create a universe. Warner Brothers had films that were arguably bigger than Iron Man with Batman Begins and that trilogy, Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Why didn't they just build off of that? Like, why? Offer Christian Bale enough money and tell him to come back. Like, get yourself over here.
Yeah.
So I just think, through my life, Marvel prevailed and DC's just struggled.
Yeah.
So it's just part of the culture that sculpted me.
Can you remember going back? What was your first sort of superhero you fell in love with? Was it Iron Man or was it somebody?
You know what's funny is I actually didn't like the first Iron Man when I saw it.
Oh,
Yeah. It's one of my favorite films now, and my favorite Marvel film. But I did not like it when I first saw it. I don't know why. I was it'd be 18, and I think 18 or 19, and it wasn't until Iron Man 2 came out, and I enjoyed Iron Man 2. I'm one of the few. I liked it, and then I went back and saw Iron Man 1, and I went, oh. I saw what I liked about Iron Man 2 in Iron Man 1, and I realized it was the superior film. I think the reason why I liked Iron Man 2 so much is because of its connection to Walt.
Oh, okay.
I heard myself.
Yeah, that's weird.
weird. Everybody.
We have an echo. Did it something come unplugged?
Nope.
Everybody's earphones are in.
1, 2.
It's not doing it.
There we go.
Okay, it quit. I don't know.
Okay. Hello. Hello, Stealth. But yeah, it was its connection to Walt Disney and the World's Fair. And Jon Favreau really even used Epcot as an inspiration for the Stark Expo.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, a lot of people may not know this, but Jon Favreau got the Sherman Brothers to rewrite essentially a ripoff of A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. It's called Make Way for Tomorrow Today, and it was the theme for the Stark Expo, and it's in the credits for Iron Man 2. So that made me gravitate to Iron Man, and then I went back and watched the first one. Obviously, saw it was superior.
So I don't know. Have you? I guess it may have been after or before your time. Have you ever been to a World's Fair? Were you?
No.
You missed out, buddy. You missed out. I went to the Knoxville World's Fair. I don't know if Katrin, did you go to Knoxville?
1982 World's Fair.
Yeah.
In Knoxville, Tennessee, the Sun Sphere. Yeah, we were there. We've got pictures.
So we could have been there at the same time. We could have been there at the same time.
Have. Yeah, I have the hat somewhere still, the big tall trucker style hat, and
yeah, man.
That's where the Sun Sphere started, right? When they built it
for that,
and there's still the area there. That's the World's Fair Park, I think, is what they call it there. I think that's right. But there was a lot of cool stuff, robots, and that's one of the things I remember is the riding robots. They were writing things out. I don't know if you remember that.
There was the Heinz robot that I got a pickle pin from.
The pickle pin, yeah. there were those, and then
like rabbit trails on the show. We just sort of, whoop, that sounds cool. Let's talk. And
there
was
a blacksmith, and my brother got something made from a blacksmith, so that was cool.
The past and the future collide.
Yeah.
And now the Sun Sphere is full of wigs.
Only on The Simpsons. Only on The Simpsons.
No, that's true to life.
Wait, what?
There's a Simpsons episode where the Simpsons go to Knoxville to see the Sun Sphere, and it's full of wigs.
It must be true.
It's like a wig shop.
Like the kids run off, and they're like, "Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Disney." And they found a brochure for the World's Fair in Knoxville that's really old, and they think it's still happening. Like, no, let's not go to Disney. Okay. Let's go to the World's Fair, Knoxville.
I was trying to look up on my phone because I didn't want somebody to correct me and be like, no, you're wrong. Okay, so yeah, it was the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893 is when Juicy Fruit debuted. Oh, there we go. And I always said, if I had a time machine, if the universe allows me, if I'm the chosen one and I get to travel through time, right, Marty McFly style, I'm going to Chicago, 1893. I'm going to take a pack of Juicy Fruit with me, and then I'm going to ask somebody, I'm going to be like, hey, where's the Juicy Fruit stand? What? I'm like, the stuff you chew. Oh, okay, yeah, it's over here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get me a whatever pack, whatever it's in. I'm gonna try both of them and see if the flavor's still the same. Like, it's not. Like, it doesn't. But what if it is? Like, what if it tastes exactly the same?
It might be.
So you heard it here first, folks. If Tyler gets the time machine, he's not going to stop Hitler. He's not going to.
Hey, man.
Go back and he wants to taste the juicy fruit.
I can't stop Hitler because if I stop Hitler, then you won't say stop Hitler, and then I won't go back and stop Hitler.
Oh, the conundrum.
So I've already thought about this, man. This is how I use my free time.
Well, you already got.
You see, I've got Mr. Fusion back there.
That's right. Got any banana peels lying around?
That's what I need. I need like some fake banana peels.
Have it hanging out of the side of it, like a can of beer, like pouring it in or something.
That was actually. I mentioned it to the guys, but I didn't mention it to the listeners. I have a couple of projects coming up, and one of them will involve all the stuff that's in my office, kind of. And a buddy of mine kind of knew what I was doing, and he sent me that as a gift.
Oh, wow.
His father actually owns the company that makes it, so shout out to Diamond Select.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good company.
Not a sponsor.
Although Steve Jeffy's an awesome dude, you never know, he might.
I'll take that. So we figured it out. What you're really doing is you're making Ready Player One 2. That's what it is, right? That's what it looks like.
Spoilers.
It's not supposed to talk about it.
I saw Ready Player One the other day. Let me tell you, it's the best, or one of the best 80s movies ever made. If you like 80s movies, you'll love Ready Player One.
How was it seeing the DeLorean again?
Oh, gosh. It was amazing. And the DeLorean in the movie has, on the front of it, has the Knight Rider
That's
lights.
What I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, my goodness. I was just like sitting there geeking out the whole time.
What? Here's my question to you, and like I said, I haven't seen it, so don't spoil it.
No, I won't spoil anything.
I feel like if I ask this question and you go ahead and answer it, then I won't be disappointed.
Okay.
So, is it just okay? Let me think of how I want to ask it. Is it obvious that it's only they only make references to properties that they could legally get the rights to? Do you just see DC? Do you just see Spielberg movies? Do you actually see
if you look, you'll basically anything you want to see, you can see it. It's in the movie
from other companies.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, I hope there's a Star Wars thing in there. There's Star Wars.
Really?
If you want DC, there's DC. Really? If you want Marvel, there's Marvel. If you want
Overwatch,
that makes me feel
video
better.
Games.
Iron Giant's in there.
Iron Giant, Battletoads.
Yeah, but see, I thought they just put Iron Giant in there because that was a property that they had.
That's Warner Brothers. Yeah.
But okay, so if you're telling me that, that makes me feel better.
I saw an interview with Steven Spielberg, and he was like, "If it was pop culture, we went for it, and we went for it hard, and we made sure we could get it." So,
and they must have. I mean, they must have really did some nice negotiating, because I'm sure, just based off some of the stuff I've seen, that they the models and the rigs and the models from all these other companies, they gave them to use, because I mean that would have to be a lot of building for all these characters, and some like Overwatch and stuff like that. They must just can we have your models, and then they rigged them to work for their stuff. But yeah, it looks great. I haven't seen the movie, but
it was amazing. It was. It's one of those movies that you have to watch multiple times to catch everything that's going on, because there's just so much going on. But not only visually, but the story was really good. I liked the story. It was good from beginning to end. There wasn't any slow parts. It was just cool to see. Of course, growing up in the 80s, seeing all that stuff again. And it was like the typical 80s movie. It felt like I was watching an 80s movie with the technology of now, on the screen.
How's it doing?
Good, I think.
It's doing pretty well.
Number one.
Yeah, I think it's been doing pretty good. Overseas too, I think as well.
Yeah.
Ready Player One, 181.2 million at the global box office. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah. I
They
saw
made
it late
their
at
money
night.
back.
I saw it late at night, and there was like hardly anybody in the theater. And I'm sure like the people in there that were in there were like mad at me by the end of it because I'm just sitting there going, "Whoa, hey, that's cool." And I normally don't do that in movies, but this one I'm just like, "Yes, that's awesome." Like,
That's awesome.
It was cool. And there's like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's one thing they have to do that's like from one of my favorite horror movies, and it was just so cool to see. So it's got like every genre sort of crammed in there. So I don't know if you know.
I didn't even think about that. So one of the challenges for the keys.
Yeah, so there's like 3 challenges they have to do.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because I've been thinking about that a lot. I was like, what could the challenges be? A horror movie from pop culture. Okay.
It was
That's
cool.
smart.
The challenges they could have done like, I've never read the book, so I don't know what they do in the book.
I didn't want to because I didn't want it to be spoiled or.
Well, I know people that have read the book because I haven't read the book, and they've read the book and seen the movie, and apparently it's really different. Like compared to what they do, because like they said that like if you love the 80s and everything, the movie's great, but if you really love the 80s, read the book because it delves into it even further and really enriches it. But they said they're both great. Like they said, like, and Bryn, one of our fans of the show,
Hey, Bryn.
She like said she hardly ever says like the movie's just as good as the book, and she said it's just as good. Like it's so.
Yeah, I loved it. I'll see it again. I'll buy it when it comes out.
What's the music like in the movie? Is it 80s music?
Yes, 80s music.
Nice.
Again, I don't want to give anything away because the music is that much a part of the movie. It's not like background stuff. It plays integral parts in parts of the movie. And,
I gotta go see it.
Yeah, it's like late 70s. They have some late 70s music and then 80s music, and then everything you've ever wanted to see is right there in the movie as far as pop culture.
That's awesome.
It's cool. It will definitely be a buy from me. Of course, this 2018 just began, so I can't say it's the best movie of the year. But if this movie was last year, it would have been the best movie of last year for me. Way better than some movie behind me there.
Oh my god! Don't even. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, we're not going to go there.
We don't.
No, what makes it even worth is that, like I don't want to say hatred because I don't want to say I hate anybody. And this person I'm about to talk about, not that guy, but this other person I'm about to talk about, he redeemed himself with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I thought it was a fantastic film, but that David Yates, he's like a tyrant. Like he won't step down. Like, move, get out of the way. Like, and I know what it is. Like, he's nice probably, and he's a yes boy, so he does like whatever J.K. Rowling wants. So he gets the job. The best Harry Potter film, in my opinion, is Prisoner of Azkaban. Alfonso Cuarón. I can never pronounce his name correctly. Mm-hmm. But if it wasn't for him, the Harry Potter universe wouldn't look like it looks like. Like, he was responsible for that. He was responsible for their clothing, the wrought iron look, like, the 1920s and 30s kind of feel, like, to the architecture. That was him. He did that. He took Christopher Columbus's films, wiped them off the board, essentially, and then started over and created this whole other universe. And now David Yates stepped in and just, he won't go away. So now I think that Rian Johnson is becoming a David Yates. He will not go away. Now they're giving him a trilogy.
Yeah.
The dude that has made the most, and I get it. Like, because what I was about to say was the dude that made the most controversial installment to Star Wars since the prequels. Okay, from a marketing standpoint, that's great. Like, Disney's like, ooh, this will create, but you're tarnishing your brand at the the risk of like making people talk about it.
Yeah.
But I just
yeah.
Why?
We're not a fan on here.
Yeah. No.
My 13-year-old nephew felt like, well, he literally, when we walked out, he goes, well, I feel exactly like I did when I left Force Awakens. Like, now I just have even more questions. Like, I just feel like we just started over. Like, and I was like, yes. He's not a child, but I'm like, that's youth right there, and that's honesty.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the first Star Wars movie that I have not ran out to buy when it was released.
I don't own
it. I don't either.
I don't know.
I'm not getting it.
Here's my question. Now, I love talking to you guys already because this is great. Do you think that JJ will hit the reset button again and do what he did to him? Do you think that he'll just be like, oh no, Ryan Johnson, what he said is all a lie. This is what really said. What do you think?
In my perfect world, which it won't happen, I've said it on the show before, the beginning of the next one will be Luke Skywalker in bed. He wakes up, looks over to Mara Jade, and says, I just had the weirdest dream. And then it goes from there.
Bob Newhart opening.
Bob Newhart opening. That's what I want to happen. But it won't.
Well, so I was actually thinking this the other day, because I think he's going to, because JJ had definitely specific things he had in mind that were going to continue forward. So I think he's going to kind of do that, push some stuff aside. But I was thinking, so if Snoke, like there was the whole thing that maybe was it Darth Sidious?
Mm-hmm.
So Darth Sidious supposedly had conquered death, right?
No, not Darth Sidious.
Or Plagueus.
Yeah, Plagueus.
Plagueus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Sidious.
Gosh, Chris. What in the world?
Jeez, what a moron.
I was kidding.
It shows you I was right there with him. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to see if you guys would catch that or not. You caught it. Darth Plagueis. So he had apparently conquered death.
Yeah.
So him getting cut in half, would that really kill him then? If he'd conquered death already?
Yeah.
Could he come back, essentially? Back?
Well, that's what some people are saying, is that he wanted that to happen. He made that happen. And that he will be back. But who knows?
No, that was all a part of his plan.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, so who knows? Who knows
what
JJ will
they
do?
played, we all know this, especially you guys, but they played the same music when Snoke first appeared that played when Sidious was telling Anakin about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't tell me that wasn't, like, people were trying to figure out who he was, and I was like, why are you guys wasting time? Like, it's the same music. Like, it's the dude's theme. Whatever.
And I actually saw an image. I think it was really well done, where they have so his Snoke's kind of stuff that's wrong with his face, like all his injuries and everything. They've taken two lightsabers and pushed them straight down, and there's actually like two lines that intersect right down through his head into his neck.
Huh.
And it actually works. I mean, like, I don't know if they photoshopped anything weird to make it work, but I mean, it looked like it was like a nice straight line from the top of his head down into his neck.
Oh, I see what you're saying, because of his mouth.
Let's try it. I've got two lightsabers right here.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. So you got to place them on top of your head.
Yeah.
I'm like sorely tempted to go run and grab mine.
To my right, you can't see it, and nobody can see it really. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lightsabers, and then to my left, I've got.
Why do you have that many?
I've got 9 lightsabers right here.
I have one.
Luke had one.
One in my bed.
Yeah, I've got a Darth Maul one in my closet.
Oh, I've got a Darth Maul, so I've got 10 lightsabers. Yep, there's Darth Maul.
Okay.
10 lightsabers right now at the ready. Just in case.
What?
I love how you said at the ready.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what
Whatever
you're going to have to
happens.
do.
He sleeps with one under his pillow.
She was like, "Why do you have that lightsaber by your door?" I said, "Just in case.
Just
You never know."
My favorite one is I've got a master replica Anakin Skywalker over here. Or
I've got.
it's in this box right now, but
Yeah.
Oh, mint. It's mint in the
no,
box.
it's been played with.
I miss master replicas so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was bought for me by my wife at Hollywood Studios. Long ago.
You
I
got
got
a
the
nice.
Elder one.
Yeah.
oh.
No, there's the
Hey,
older one.
yeah.
I got the Elder one, so that beats your lightsaber. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
That beats all 10 of your lightsabers.
No, I could just break it in
I
half.
have to
I
agree.
have a cane.
Katrin has a
Folds
cane.
up, and you,
Got a cane and it folds up. You're Daredevil, man.
there we go.
You're
It's
Daredevil.
not a Daredevil cane though. My son had to dress up like 100-year-old man at school one time, so we
He
have
bought
a
a collapsible cane.
yes.
Ah, crap. He just
Now
beat us
Tyler's
all.
just beat us all. Oh, that thing's so cool.
Oh, it lights up.
Well, tell him what. Not everybody's
Oh,
watching.
that's right. Not everybody's watching. We're geeking out here. He's got the gauntlet.
Infinity Gauntlet.
Sorry, I'm about to cough. Infinity gauntlet.
All the Infinity Stones.
All the stones.
All fixed up. and
Man,
he's hanging 10.
so cool.
That'd be great if, like Thanos, somebody grabs it and they're like,
You gonna wear that to the movie?
You know what's funny? Is I was going to tell you guys this too. Is I have the Infinity Gauntlet. I have the shirt that I'm going to wear. I have Star-Lord's shirt from Guardians 2.
The one that looks like it says baby, but it doesn't.
Yeah, baby. I don't actually have my tickets.
Oh,
I don't either. So.
I got mine. I got mine like they came on sale.
And since it's a family-friendly show, I won't do what I want to do with the okay? Just know I want to.
I don't have my tickets either. That's the thing. Because we have two small kids, I end up just going to the movies by myself a lot. So I'll probably just go by myself.
I can't
I'm
say
going-
this too loud. I might actually go by myself because I'm supposed to go with my nephew Ryan, my guitar player Juan, and my dad. See, here's the deal. My nephew's not really allowed on social media, so he's not going to be spoiled, right? Juan, he just doesn't really care, and neither does my dad. I'm the only one who cares about being spoiled, so I'm going to grab myself a ticket, and I'm going to go opening night.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
Way to do it.
I'm going to wear my shirt, and I'm going to find out who dies.
Everyone probably.
Yeah.
I'm not able to go opening night, but yeah, I'm going total black on internet. Like I'm just like
I am too.
I'm shutting it all off.
Well, I know it won't work, but the directors have put out a thing saying "Do not spoil this for him." I mean, it won't work, but they're like,
Do y'all watch Screen Junkies at all? Not to interrupt.
sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so they came out and they talked about that, the Russo brothers, what they did, their plea, to not spoil it. I agree with the guys at Screen Junkies and girl. They said it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah, oh yeah, it will.
They're provoking, like
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it will.
oh well.
But yeah, I gotta look for tickets and see when I can go. The thing, there's a movie theater here that's like every Tuesday night. It's $5 movies, so I usually just go then. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tempting to wait until the next Tuesday to go. But I don't know. This may be one I have to splurge on and go see it.
I know we're past The Last Jedi, but
We're never past the last.
I really missed my opportunity, man.
Oh, there's a port. Wait, where's my port?
Oh, look. Get the wings out.
Oh, that's cool.
Ready to be cooked.
Oh, my pork's not in here. I think Grant took it. Oh well. They're coming out with a 10-inch one.
And I plan to splurge and purchase it. I actually like the porgs.
Yeah, the only thing everybody likes. The
Yeah.
porg.
Porg. That's it.
I don't like the sound they make. I don't.
Oh,
I don't think they chose the right
Ryan
sound.
loves it.
I think they're creepy, like myself. Those dead eyes.
Yeah, and their wing to body ratio is like, they're obviously not going to be able to fly. Like, I don't get it.
No, they're the messed up penguins of the Star Wars universe.
But they're so adorable. Their dead eyes.
Oh man.
Let's see. I'm having fun. Okay, I have to ask you because I've heard you mention this man before. He's sort of infamous, I guess, and I want to know more about him.
Oh, no.
Can you tell me about Skipper Dan?
Oh, jeez. No, here, I'm going to do this.
There we go.
I'm going to put that right there. I think that's.
I like it there. It looks good right there.
Kind of like he's inquisitive, like,
It was like, what's going on?
What was that?
Oh man, Dan. He. What do you want to know?
Like, is he an alter ego? Does he have an origin story? I mean, if you don't know, Skipper Dan is probably the coolest guy in the world. He
would like you to think he is.
Yeah, yeah. He's a fan of the Jungle Cruise, right?
Yeah, he's actually a skipper for the Jungle Navigation Company.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he got separated from his boat some time ago, and he's not as brave as he would like you to think he is. So, Dan started out on the Vine for those who are living in 2000.
The Vine. It's coming back.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I wish it would. I don't know.
I've heard rumors.
But I started picking up some popularity on the Vine because being signed to Curb Records, I had to be on all forms of social media. And the guy who was in charge of all of my social media, he texted me and was like, hey, you need to make an account on the Vine. He said, I think it's right up your alley anyway, since you want to be a filmmaker. And little did he know, I had already downloaded and made an account. So I had done like one Vine, and I felt so good that I was ahead of him. You know, like I was like, yes. It's like, you get paid for this, and I'm ahead of you. But when all the Viners started, picking up popularity and stuff like that, they were all making alter egos. And my girlfriend at the time asked me if I was going to create one, and I said, I don't have an idea. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, but then I thought about the Jungle Cruise one night, and I thought it would be funny if there was a Jungle Cruise skipper lost in the jungle. There's tigers, lions, bears, oh my, but natives and stuff like that. And I did one Vine, and it took me like 50 takes, and I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted him to be chased by a lion or a tiger, and it wasn't working. So I got really mad, and I was like, oh, look, there's a ceiling. And I had set up all the fake plants we had in the house, and I just, so it looked like I was in the jungle, but I pointed the camera up, and you could see like I was actually in a room somewhere. It got a lot of traffic. Like people loved it. They thought it was funny. So it just went from there. I made a couple of little short films, just essentially for my dad's fans, like on Facebook and stuff, because we had been making videos for them just on the road and whatnot. And Skipper Dan was born.
So are those videos somewhere where people can watch them?
Yeah, I think you can find me on Facebook, Tyler Dean. It might be Tyler Dean McDowell now. There's a few on YouTube. Of course, I use music that wasn't my own, so a couple of them got taken down.
Now here's an artist representation. I'm assuming your dad did this, right?
No, actually, I
Oh, you did this one?
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my second painting.
Wow.
And somebody was like, or multiple people have asked me, they're like, what was it like painting yourself? I'm like, but to me, it's not me. It's Dan.
It's Dan.
Dan, goofy self.
Dan has a nice mustache. That's very good.
Dan does have a nice mustache.
Yeah.
Don't tell him you think it's fake. Just don't.
No, totally go.
I think Skipper Dan should make a comeback. I'm liking it.
Yeah,
I think it's brilliant.
That's what's so funny is I'll go on the road or something because at the time it seemed like nobody cared. There was like, I shouldn't say it. There was like 50 people that just were like, they were obsessed. It was a small little, yeah, that's him.
Showed a picture of him.
Yeah, he's showing us pictures of the fellow. But people will come up to me, once a week or something, and they'll say, "Hey, when are you going to do a Skipper Dan video again?" And they're a lot of work. They are.
Yeah.
Because I only had one wall that was a backdrop. And so instead of moving the camera around a set, I had to move the set around the camera. And it was just me. Yeah. And I would spend, 15 hours, a day for 2 weeks for a 1 minute video or a 2 minute video, only to have somebody go, "Well, that was more like a trailer than a movie." I was like, ah. So,
like, give me money and I'll make a bigger one.
Right? Yeah. And I tried that too. I tried to GoFundMe. It didn't work.
Has Skipper Dan rode the Jungle Cruise in person?
He has not. But a funny little story was I talked about doing those videos for the fans on Facebook, just like behind the scenes stuff at shows and whatnot. But if I go to Disney or, some exotic locale, quote unquote, I'll do a video and post it on Facebook. And I happened to be in the Magic Kingdom in Adventureland, and I said I was going to tell the fans all about the Jungle Cruise for those who hadn't been to Walt Disney World. And I was going to explain, like, where Skipper Dan came from. So I was doing a video, and I saw a Jungle Cruise skipper standing outside the ride, and I walked over to him, and I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "Have you seen Dan?" He goes, "Dude," he goes, "I haven't seen him in months." He goes, "I will tell you this, though, and it's not good." He said, "I found his hat in the temple." He goes, "I don't know, man. I don't know if he made it." Well, I had done a Vine where Dan lost his hat.
That's hilarious.
And so I looked at him, and he looked at me. I had to stop the video, and he goes, "Dude, we all know who you are. We think it's great." And I was like, I was like, okay. I was like, real Jungle Cruise skippers know
You've
Dan.
made it.
Like, yes. So, my dad's girlfriend thinks that I should do on-ride photos as Dan. I should like
hilarious
mustache and everything. So you never know.
I don't know. They might ask you to cease and desist, though. It's like
I know that's one of the reasons I didn't do it, because it's like if I put on the mustache and the shirt, it's fine, right?
Right.
And if I start doing like the cuts and stuff, then it becomes a character. And Skipper Dan is always wounded. So
well, that's when you just go to Mickey's Not So Scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do the whole costume. We may be going back this year.
We are.
Yeah. So,
I got my tickets today, actually.
Well, there
I
you
can
go.
tell you that. So, yeah.
We'll be down in October. Come on down, Tyler.
You got room in your trunk? Oh.
Well, if you want to come to Houston, yeah.
I told Jack, friends in McKinney, one of my a guy who's one day in the future will probably be one of my best men. He lives in McKinney, Texas.
Oh, that's where Trisha lives, yeah.
Yeah, I live here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in McKinney.
He's
right
in McKinney, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's a nice place.
And we just found out that Chris is Tyler's best friend that lives in McKinney and will be in his wedding one day.
Yeah, it's me.
Will be one of my best men.
No.
Where's the ring? You didn't give me one. You gave one of these bread twisty ties. Oh.
That's my second family that I'm.
Yeah, we'll be down there. We're going to go to Disney. It's not an annual trip, but we go when we can. The Catrons in the streets. So we're going to go to Disney. Hopefully, Catron and I will be going to Halloween Horror Nights, especially after the announcement that they made with Stranger Things coming. I know, Tyler, you don't like
Not
it.
interested, Tyler?
What? You know,
Tyler doesn't like it.
Look, dude, you don't want me to go.
No,
okay?
I would never pressure anybody into not going. I mean, I pressure Catron to do stuff all the time. But.
You saw me, like, you would be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, Tyler, you need to probably go back to the room."
you a Stranger Things fan, or you don't?
I just I've never really been a horror fan at all. I know it's not a horror really; it's just mildly scary. But yeah, I do want to watch it. Some friends of mine that know me well said that I probably shouldn't because they know me. The thing about it is I as a writer, my mind can go there. Like I could probably write some really scary, twisted, tormented stuff. And I just don't want to. Like I don't want to tap into that side of my brain. So I've never really watched anything like that. And I know that Stranger Things is probably fabulous. And at one point in time, I probably will give in and watch it, during the day with all the lights on.
Have some company over, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Play some Dungeons and Dragons right before. It'll help out. That's what they play in the show. You probably, I mean, yeah, you'd be okay with it probably during the day with the lights on.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Did any of y'all watch Supernatural?
Oh yeah,
yes,
I love Supernatural.
Yeah,
is it comparable? Scary level?
yeah. Well, I mean, some of the episodes can be kind of freaky on Supernatural.
If you can watch Supernatural, you can watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. And
I do like Supernatural. I stopped at like season 9. I'm just waiting until they're done, and then I'm just going to finish.
You need to watch the.
It'll be a while.
Watch.
Right.
It won't. You can watch it as a standalone one. Watch the Scooby-Doo episode.
I watched that this past week.
Is it good?
Oh, it's so good.
It's the perfect episode. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Like the things
awesome.
they do in it is hilarious. I was cracking up the whole time because I'm a big fan of Scooby-Doo and I love Supernatural, and it was just the perfect merging of both of them. Like they couldn't have done any better. And I want a whole season of just that.
Hey guys, I said something I wasn't supposed to, so this is me beeping it out. Check out our shirts at shop.spreadshirt.com/I-am-a-geek. And now here you go, back to the show. Dog. Well, this is the last episode of I Am Geek. The lawyers will be calling.
I didn't need a job. It's fine.
I did that.
I was thinking of something else long ago, not what you're thinking of.
I worked on Yogi Bear.
Yogi
Shaggy,
Bear.
probably.
That's what I was thinking
That's
of.
what it was, yeah.
I did that on BLT, actually. One of the first episodes I had brought my former girlfriend who worked in the Magic Kingdom there, and she we didn't know that like it would be okay for her to be a guest. So I never listened to the episode, but she was like interjecting. So I don't know if you guys ever heard that episode, but she was there in the studio, and I said that she worked in Fantasyland. I thought she was going to kill me. And then Logan joined in and was like, and I'm like, okay, I didn't say you were a princess. Like what?
She's a princess.
Which she wasn't. Which she wasn't.
You were Jasmine.
I know to say you're friends with Rapunzel. Like, I get it. But I was like, why can't I say that you work in Belle's Village? Like, I don't get it.
Oh, we're narrowing this down, folks. We're finding it here.
Oh, no, you can find her. It's great. She
funny.
left me because I didn't have any money. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Well,
I don't really care.
She didn't deserve. I mean, she didn't deserve it.
she works in Fantasyland, ladies and gentlemen.
Go find her and say, why were you mean to Tyler?
What did you do?
I actually, somebody may have seen, one of you guys may have seen a post I had put on Twitter a long time ago when she left. The night that I met her, I made a wish in the Cinderella fountain that I would meet the one. And I walked into Belle's Village, and I made eye contact with this girl. And she was my girlfriend, like I said. But it went south, like really bad. So don't make a wish in that Cinderella fountain, whatever you do.
That's the thing with wishes. You got to be specific because you said the one, but you didn't say the one what.
Yeah. You got to be very specific with wishes.
Wishes can turn on you.
Yeah.
I said my girl. So my girl of terror, torment?
Girl of however long.
Crazy.
Yeah, wishes are tricky.
Yeah, it's a dream your heart makes, though, when you're fast asleep. Anyways. Anyways, wishes usually don't work out that well in Disney movies until the very end. Then it sort of twists around. But so maybe you just met the ugly stepsister, and
there you go.
I because I think I'm in a good place right now. So
good.
Worked out.
Let's talk about that. No, I'm just kidding.
Tell us about.
So
she's married. No. No, not
today.
Evan McKinney?
She really was married when we met, but she's not anymore, so it's okay.
Get the scoop here, folks. What were we talking? Oh, we were talking about Scooby-Doo. Yeah, so Scooby-Doo episode was really good. Segue. My favorite was Thelma in the episode.
Oh, Velma's great.
Or Thelma, whatever her name is.
Velma.
Did you say Thelma?
I said Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise, yeah.
Yeah, they made an appearance. They drove by in their car.
Yeah.
Velma, I have a cold. Come on, or I'm sick or something. I could.
Yeah, it ends with them driving the mystery machine off.
Velma was what I meant to say, but she was hilarious because she wanted to make sure that everybody knew that it was just smoke and mirrors, even though she had like her hand in a pool of blood and stuff. And she's like, "It's just fake." And we're like, "No." you gotta watch the episode. It was very well done.
So good.
What the hell? We're about in an hour, 56 minutes.
Is it time to bring out the cake? It's our 50th. It's our 50th.
The golden.
Sure, bring out the cake.
I got a little cake.
What?
Did you send us some?
Yeah, it should be on your doorstep if you saw it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you just go check. This is from Small Cakes.
It's small.
Sponsor.
Shout out to Small Cakes.
We
went yesterday.
It's a brownie twister, is what they called it.
Oh, okay.
It's got like just chunks of brownie and then some kind of like candy stuck in it, and I was just like, it's all chocolate and caramel. I'm like, I'm getting that.
Have you had the chocolate one with the cream in the middle? It looks like it's a Hostess cake.
Yeah, it's like a Hostess one. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that thing is awesome. Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat this the rest of the time.
Oh, good. We can hear you chew.
Around here.
Radio.
I haven't tried it.
Katrin, was there questions for Tyler?
Let me get that.
So I made a mistake probably, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. Well, I care, but
that's essentially how I act. Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, there were fans of Tyler on the BLT Lunch Break group. They probably want to know what he's up to, and so I just said, hey, talking to Tyler later. You got any questions for him? Let me know. I'd be happy to pass them along. Well, followed by a long set of gifts.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's okay.
Gifts?
All right.
There were some people that were like, oh, tell him we said hello, and ask him what he's doing. Somebody asked what his favorite deli meat is. You can answer that if you want to.
Turkey.
Of course. What else is
good
there?
choice? It's a good choice.
But it's funny.
All right. So,
but we also posted on ours.
You posted a bunch of times, so I tried to chase all of them down.
Well, different people see.
I know.
Social media at different times of the day, so you got to keep posting.
You got post happy.
So Vance Cope asks,
Good
singing
old
along
Vance.
at a concert, do it or shut up so people can hear the artist? Same question, but instead of a concert, Haunted Mansion stretching room.
Okay, I gotta. Since I just watched Pirates of the Caribbean for the first time with my girlfriend last night. Not first time for me. First time. No, trust me. I saw Curse of the Black Pearl 9 times in the theater when I was 13. So she had never seen them before. We're on part 2. We're gonna go to 3. We're gonna stop there. That's where the real story stops. But no, I gotta answer it as Jack Sparrow. Yes to the first, no to the second.
Nice.
There we go.
don't do not play Can We Talk Louder Than the Ghost Host game. I can't stand that. Like, I fall victim of it, okay, but at least I do it like quietly to myself, you know, like
Yeah, you can't help it.
You know, the whole dialogue for the Ghost Host.
Right.
But if you're in a concert, you know, the music's loud. Sing along.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think as an artist, I mean, Ryan and I played in a band together, and I think you want to hear people sing your songs, right? Because that's like the whole point. Part of the point, part of it, you just enjoy playing music, but it's like you want other people to enjoy it too. So if they're singing along, it's like, oh, they enjoyed it, you know, and they're not just here like, who is this dude, you know, singing, right? So I say sing along.
Sing along.
And it probably the venue probably matters as well.
That's true.
You know,
if you're at the Bird, what's the place in Nashville? Not Birdsong. What is the place that you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
It's the one where all the
Tootsies?
music. No. It's
the Ryman.
Woo, good old Tootsies.
It's just a small
small
place, and it's something Bird. You know,
Bluebird.
Bluebird.
Yeah, right. Bluebird Cafe. Right.
I thought you were saying Burr, like Burr.
Like, you know that cold place in Nashville where you go.
You know, the bird. Yeah, Bluebird Cafe. So like that's probably too small where you might be a little loud and like singing over somebody, right? But
yeah.
I'll never forget
singing over the singer.
Chris
or something, never singing along.
Yeah,
it's not loud. Chris and I and our friend Jared went to a They Might Be Giants concert.
Yes.
In Asheville, North Carolina, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this sort of plays into that question because we all three of us, I mean Chris and Jared a little more, but we love They Might Be Giants. It's just fun music. Yeah. And so we're sitting there like the geeks we are, listening to the music all quiet, like getting into it. And then this girl behind us just starts like moshing at a They Might Be Giants concert. Like bumping into us, going, come on, bump into me, come on. And we're just like, no, we're going to listen to the music and not bounce around like weirdos.
My brother, you would never know it by looking at him, but he's a huge heavy metal guy, and he looks like a teddy bear. You know, he's just a straight. You know, I mean, just what do you call it? Clean cut. There you go. Just a clean cut dude. Yeah. But he's a drummer, so heavy metal is a challenge for him. So he's always loved heavy metal, and he go to the concerts and stick out like a sore thumb, right? And he said he went to the restroom one time. He was at like a 9 Inch Nails concert or something, and he goes to the bathroom, and there's a huge fight breaking out. Right now, I have a cousin who, me, my brother, and him, we have the same grandfather on my mother's side. So we're all tall. We're all 6'5", 6'6", and if you stood me, my brother, and my cousin beside each other, you would think that me and my cousin are brothers. That's how much we look alike. So just to kind of give you a little context to set the scene, a guy that looks like me is in the middle of this fight. And my brother didn't even know he was at the concert, right? He opens the door, and my cousin is just like throwing punches. Like he looks like an action hero. Like he looks like my head with an action hero body. And he's uppercutting people and throwing them. Finally, he gets thrown out of the crowd, and he looks and he goes, Ronnie Dean? And he goes, Matt? And Matt stands up and he like brushes himself off and he goes, come on, Ronnie Dean, let's get out of here. These guys ain't worth it. And my brother was like, hey, no, like I'm not. What are you talking about? All these guys. Like, I always think about that, man. I'm like, that's why I don't go to those concerts because I can't do that. Like, no, I'm not just gonna get a big old, fight like that. I'm just do my business and get out of here.
Yeah, always be aware of your surroundings when you go to a concert. Always look and see where it's at, what's going on. Then you sort of know what it's going to be like. There's some
apparently
fun.
Make sure my cousin Matt ain't there.
Yeah, make sure your cousin Matt is not there.
A couple of Jimmy Buffett concerts, and that's different because I don't think there's ever going to be a fight that breaks out of Jimmy Buffett concert. I think everybody's just too happy.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett,
unless all the rum goes away, and there may be a fight. Where's all the rum? I can't do the Pirates, but
I was trying to think of an old lady an old lady prescription that's very common. I can't think of one. Like probably
you
a
might,
lot of that
you
being
might get
passed
hugged.
around.
Yeah, you might get hugged by a big guy, big hairy guy that's dressed like a mermaid. Like that can happen. I've seen that.
You've experienced that probably, huh?
No, I didn't get hugged by him, but
And you shouldn't talk about your wife like that.
That's why you're never invited to the house.
I know. Okay.
So, hey, I'll be honest. I'm never invited to either of your guys' houses, so it's fine.
Hey, you come anytime.
I was just kidding.
We need a babysitter. Come on down.
No, I mean, sure.
I mean, oh, so busy. Oh.
Yeah, I've got to re-alphabetize my DVDs.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, we're over an hour. I would talk all night, but I know you guys are probably got stuff to do.
Well, boys, this has been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been
Y'all
fun.
inviting me up.
Yeah, you
welcome
welcome anytime. You're a I am geeker now. You're one of us. You have the glasses. Yeah, you have all the cool stuff in the background.
I have flowers.
You just need a foldable cane, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but I was to say that. I need to.
You can get it at Walgreens for less than $20. So
Again, not a sponsor.
Don't tempt me, man. Next time, if I come on, I'm gonna have the foldable cane.
That's who I want our first sponsor to be, like a foldable cane company. This episode of I Am Geek sponsored by foldable canes, the canes you can fold.
Right. Well, boys, I'm gonna give y'all a little treat here.
Ooh.
No.
wow.
Just a little something special, okay?
Okay.
I got my tracks. I may or may not be recording some more music here in the foreseeable
Sweet.
future.
Oh.
Shh, don't tell nobody. But I'm going to let you guys hear a little sample of the tracks that I received, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, there
There
we
we
go.
go.
There it is. That's all you get.
Man, it leaves me wanting more.
Yeah. Way more.
I saw one of the questions someone asked. I don't remember who it was.
Dave Adams, bro.
Yeah, I think so. He asked about the country music and the pop thing.
Oh, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
the question?
Yeah, I can read it to you. Dave Adams, country music today. Will it ever go back to country music of old, or are we stuck in a pop-filled world?
I liked it because when I was on Curb Records, I originally started out as a pop artist, but when I was like 16, Mike Curb, the owner of the label, came to me and said he didn't think he could make the pop thing work. So he asked me if I wanted to do country, and I said no because I hated country music. I grew up around it, and I made fun of it. And my manager took me out into the hall and was like, "Hey, this is kind of like an ultimatum. If you say no, then it's over." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me go to Walmart and get some CDs." Bought like a Keith Anderson CD. I bought Joe Nichols and like just different Big and Rich. And when I got to Big and Rich, I was like, oh, I was a big rock fan, and I was like, this is like rock music with a banjo. And I was like, I can do this. So that has always been the country music that I gravitated to. Now I've grown to respect the country music of old for what it is and for its purpose. And I mean, we wouldn't be here without it. But what inspired me was the country rock. So I never really got to do that on Curb. I was forced to do the country pop stuff. But the stuff that I'm doing now, since I'm on my own, I can do whatever I want to do. And I call it Aerosmith with a banjo.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully we can not get rid of the country pop thing, because if people want to listen to that, that's fine. But the stuff you're going to hear from me is going to be a little different.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with getting rid of the country pop thing. I'd much rather have country Aerosmith or country.
Well, it's just one of those things. My dad, we were somewhere yesterday, and my dad was having the day as old as time conversation about modern country music, and how it's not like the country music back in the day. And I'm like, well, he said, country music now sounds like rock and roll or rock from the 70s. And I said, well, And modern rock doesn't sound like 70s rock and roll. Like, you know, if you compare Luke Bryan to, say, Nine Inch Nails, you'll understand which one is a little bit more twangier. It's the same as comparing, you know, Elvis to Farron Young, people like that. You know, it's the same. It's just evolution.
Yeah.
But I think people just, you know, love and grew up with a certain sound. I mean, like I fall victim of it. Like I stopped listening to modern radio, you know, and I still listen to the songs that I love. So I see how it's easy for somebody to get out of the, I don't know, whatever you want to say, just get out of the pattern of listening to modern music and following the evolution. But that's all it is. Yeah. It's just evolution.
Yeah. Things change, but then a lot of it stays the same. Just it's a circle. I'm a big songwriter fan. Like if it's a good written song, then I love it. So that's what I sort of gravitate towards. I'm like, oh, I mean that's why I like a lot of folk music. I think because they take the time to write the songs and make you think. And big Avett Brothers fan and people like that. So
you heard it here, folks. Fella, he cries in his beer while he's listening to the mandolin. Why did she leave him?
Yeah, that's what I listen to on Spotify. It's folk radio on Spotify. That's about.
It's all right, man.
I like that stuff. But I play mandolin and I play acoustic guitar and all that. You know, all those instruments. So, I mean, that's what I grew up with, and you know, that's part of it.
Hey, man.
So if you ever need a mandolin player, you just let me know.
I should say, do you play bass? I need a bass player.
No, I can fumble through bass, but yeah. Next music video, though, just give us a call and we'll be in the background with our glasses.
Who I didn't know played bass?
Tim?
You may not even know this. Yeah, Tim.
Yeah, Tim. We've talked about that.
I can see him being a bass player.
We're like done with the music video and everything, and we're on our way home, and then he tells me he's a musician, and I'm like,
wow.
Like, why don't I know this? I needed a bass player. Like he played the bartender in my music video. I'm like, that would have been hilarious if the bartender was suddenly playing bass. And he was like, well, I just didn't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
it's a music video. That's Tim. Yeah, I found out we were at Typhoon Lagoon together, and we were talking about. He was asking me about, you know, leading music in churches and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's fun, and it's like, you know, a lot of the same chords. All the songs have a lot of the same chords. So, you know, once you know one song, you can gravitate and play just about any of them. He goes, yeah, that was my favorite time playing, was when I played in churches, playing bass. I'm like, you play bass? He's like, oh yeah.
You guys see that picture he posted where he had the shoulder length blonde hair?
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome. I was like, dude, this is the greatest thing of all time.
So I don't think he plays much anymore. But
I own a bass.
I own a bass somewhere.
And I do you remember, Ryan, when you one of the band you were in when you were in Florida, you guys were coming to Nashville and you were going to do this competition thing, and you're like, our bass player, he quit, you know, and we need a bass player. So I was like, okay, I'll buy a bass. And then you're getting ready to go, and like, well, he came back. So I put a bass in a bass amp sitting in my closet, and my son loves it, and I love playing around with it. But
I remember one time with us in college that for one show we had two bass players.
Oh, because Jared was playing his.
Jared played a bass, and Gaddis played a bass.
What was the name of that?
Dan Electro.
Dan Electro, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
That was.
And I played bass in that.
Show. Yeah.
I did play bass in that one band, the cover band that we had that when I had long hair, actually. Yeah. But I remember bebopping around at the amphitheater at TSU.
20-minute parking.
Yeah, 20-minute parking. It was.
Back in the days. We're old, though. We're 40 this year, so.
Hell, let's get out of here.
So old.
Y'all are out of your mind. Old.
I got a bass on my surround sound system. I don't know. Does that count? I can play that like a fiddle.
I got one of them talking basses that hangs on the wall.
Yeah. Billy Badmouth Bass.
Yeah. But yeah,
Nice.
so if we ever get to Nashville, we'll have to all hang out.
That's right.
Man, anytime. Y'all just let me know.
Cadron's a little closer than we are, but
Yeah, you're in, say, Memphis?
Memphis. Yeah. Bartlett, but yeah.
Awesome.
Memphis.
I was just there not too long ago, man.
I saw that. Yeah.
He stalks you.
I was watching you. And,
Oh, that's right. I talked to him.
Yeah.
I was behind that bush.
Yeah, I gave you a suggestion on a place to go get barbecue. So
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
and we were already gone.
yeah, that's what I. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
But next time I'm in town, man, I'll have to check that place out because I love barbecue. That would be like one of my last meals if I had a choice.
That's right. Yeah, it's good.
It's surprisingly hard to find good barbecue in Houston.
Well, it's different though. 'Cause
It's
beef,
different.
right?
It's a different barbecue than you
And
find
the
in
sauce is
Tennessee.
way different. Yeah.
I did find one. There's it's called the Good Company, and they have really good brisket. But anyways, we've gone.
He literally said it's hard to find good barbecue. Well, I did find one.
I didn't find one. One.
3 years.
It was just hard to find it.
I found it at the rodeo. They had a booth at the rodeo, and it was good as brisket on jalapeno bread.
Heck yeah, man.
Jalapeno cheese bread is good. Anyways, well, thanks
Boys,
again. We can
Whenever
talk all
y'all are in
night.
town, y'all just come holler at me,
I
man.
need to. Yeah,
will.
I need to. And if you're bored in October, find a way to come to
Yeah.
Disney.
The
We'll be
6th
there.
to the 13th.
You guys are probably gonna laugh at this. My lady has actually never been to Walt Disney World,
What?
Oh,
That'd be
geez,
a perfect time for her to go.
Get rid of her.
and I love it because we went to the Cheesecake Factory to get dessert, and it was the great. Like I have to tell this story now for the rest of my life because the server, she comes like anybody that I know is a big Disney fan. Like my aunt came to my dad's show that he had. It was a local show recently, and I didn't even know she was coming. And she's a huge Disney fan like us, and she runs the Disney marathons. And she came up, and I was introducing her, and I said, "Oh, Aunt Kathy," I said, "Rachel's never been to Disney World." She literally went. And she goes, "I'll say a prayer." And so I love doing that. If there's somebody, like I said, that I know that's a big Disney fan, I'll do that. And she's like, "Everybody just keeps acting like I'm just like some kind of weirdo."
Well,
like, well, you are. It's fine. We're gonna fix this. But
that is one
anyway.
of the coolest things to take somebody to Disney World that's never been. It's
well,
so
that's
cool.
what I love. That's what I told her. Like, she told me she's never seen Pirates of the Caribbean. She's never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. She's never been to Disney. And I was like, this is great because we have stuff to do. Like, I get to show you what I like. You get to show me what you like. And it's how, it makes the relationship go. But we went to the Cheesecake Factory, and I was sitting there, and the server came over, and she goes, "Are you an annual pass holder?" And for a second, I went, "Oh, yeah, I got to grab my pass holder card." Because I was like, I get the 20% off or whatever dining. Like it was a Twilight Zone moment. I literally was like, "Oh, let me grab my card." Yeah. And then I looked down on the I had this case.
Nice.
So my girlfriend's sitting across from me, and she's like, "What is going on?" And I saw it as a perfect opportunity. I went, "Yeah, can you believe it? My girlfriend's actually never been to Walt Disney World." She goes, like, man, she goes, "Why does everybody do that?" Jaw hitting the floor.
Did you get your 20% off? That's the thing.
I did not. I paid full price. So.
I'm bad about when I come back from a Disney trip because they have the magic bands now. I'll be like to my regular door, swipe my arm across my door.
Can't get in the house.
I'm like, oh, that doesn't do anything now.
My nephew had the greatest idea. He said, "Why don't they let you use your Apple Watch, for the Magic Band? It has the same technology," because he's a big tech whiz. And I said, "Well, they want to make money.
Yeah.
They want you to buy the Magic Band." And he said, "Yeah, well, they could charge you for the app." And I went, did you just like break the system? I was like, I'd pay 99 cents for that just to use it on my Apple Watch. Heck yeah, I would. So
now they'll probably make one. It was funny, the first time we were there, I was like, oh, this should make a watch face for these. And the next time we got there, or we went, it was a watch face. I'm like,
oh yeah,
they're listening. They hear me.
Got ears everywhere.
Yeah, they have ears everywhere. In the actual Magic Band, listening to you.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what it is. I really love this ride. They love it.
They know all.
Oh man, we'll have to have you back on to just do a whole Disney show because there's tons of stuff we can talk about with that.
yeah, man, anytime.
Yeah.
How about tiered fast passes at Hollywood Studios? We won't get into that, will we?
What?
Jeez.
What?
Tiered fast passes now. Hollywood Studios are coming.
Tiered?
Tiered. All of the
There's like 3
Toy
rides.
Story. I know. All the Toy Story Land is tier 1.
No, there's
You
4.
can only pick one ride from Toy Story Land. And then you got to pick everything else. Everything else is tier 2. But everything in tier 1 is Toy Story Land.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
It's really terrible. But
I
but
heard
the
that-
Star Wars Land comes up. It's going to be, I don't know. I guess they'll have 3 tiers probably, so I don't know.
Oh, it's going to be a nut house. I don't even like. I mean, it's going to be madness. That's what I told everybody. I was going to Hollywood Studios, and I was like, "Well, this is about." Of course, Hollywood Studios to me is like that's one of the reasons I wanted to be a filmmaker. Mm-hmm. It made me feel like I was already a filmmaker when I would go to Hollywood Studios. You know, MGM. So now that theme is entirely gone. You know, it's just going into the movies. But I was standing there. And I was like, this is like the last time, or this is one of the last days where we're going to come to this park and it's not going to be madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be insane.
Starting this summer, it'll pick up.
But hopefully that just means Flight of Passage will have a shorter line.
That's what
I'm All right, boys. Well, listen, thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Coming on. This has been an excellent 50th episode, and here's to 50 more. Well, we could do another 50, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
At least.
Your
Good
contract
for you.
makes you do it. So.
Yeah, you're not too old yet.
All right. Well, until next week, this has been I Am Geek, and thank you again, Tyler, for being on, and thanks, Katrin and Chris, as usual. And we will talk at you next week. Hey, can you give us a Mickey, Tyler?
Wow. Oh, boy.
There we go. Good night, everybody.